Hadouken Falcon! Punch!
Hey guys, I'm PhilInTheBlanks. Welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64. Trying to get a good angle of Mario in the picture is really hard, by the way, because the camera always wants to go like behind Mario. Anyways, we are still, of course, in the mezzanine. We are in Whomp's Fortress. We get 3 coins out of 4. And next up is the red coins on the floating isle. So, like I said before, every level has a red coin challenge, and this one's a little bit more difficult simply because you can actually fall off the stage. So, you know, that's definitely going to make it more difficult. And guess what? I might fall off once or twice this episode. I don't know. Well, I do know because, again, I'm voicing this after recording the gameplay. But they're cleverly hidden in this one. This one is actually up above on this whomp here, or thwomp, sorry. Whoop, and then you can just bounce off because you're an idiot. Yay! And then you get squished because I'm an idiot again. So yeah, you really do have to start looking around for the 8 red coins in this one because they're not as easy to find as they were in the Bomb Battlefield. And some levels have fairly easy red coins. Some have really tricky ones. And this one's, it's okay. I mean, you can see 2 of them right there. So, and then boink. Also, and there's another one down there. Red coins have a much higher draw distance than everything else in the game, so that you can always kind of see them. They'll pop in way before yellow coins will, and they'll pop in before enemies do, which is good because it means you can get you can survey the landscape and really understand where they are, which is great. You know, that's a really good design on Nintendo's part, I believe. This one's easy to get, but if you're stubborn like me, sometimes you just jump for it. And I'm not as good at this game like I used to be, so I'm glad I was patient here. So yes. Whee! Just made that. With the giant whomp at the top of the... You can see the red coin up there. The giant whomp is gone from the top now. There's a little area you can explore here, and we already saw the tower before, but there's also this kind of plank thing. You hit the plank a couple times, and watch out for the gigantic bullet bill. Holy crap, that thing has a terrifying face. See the other 2 red coins here. Boop. And here's the fun part. So camera angles in Mario 64 are not fun, so running off an edge is really easy, and if you do it down here, you die. Awesome. And then you die again. Awesome. And then you get it right. Finally. There's a few really treacherous walkways. And I mean, like, I'd love to just put the camera directly behind me, but it's like, no, we're going to do shifting stuff to make it look nice. And it's a lot harder than it kind of should be. So bling. There we go. And 7. And there's one more. That's actually way down. I think I'm thinking right there. I was like, where is it? Is it down here? And I actually thought it was here, but that's actually where the coin, or not the coin, the star appears, which is right here. The 8th red coin is kind of a really random one, to be honest. Whoop. And nope, there we go. And it's right over here. So if you fall trying to get that red coin from above there, you'll most likely see this one. I forget if I get this like this, or if I have to actually climb back up and grab it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And those are all the 8 red coins. Fairly easy to get. Again, some of the later ones are really difficult, and some of them are fairly easy, like Wet Dry World. As long as you know where 1 is, you know where all 8 are. So there you go. And bam. And you'll notice I didn't get the 100 coin star on this one. I don't really know why I didn't. I could have easily done it for this one. I can get everywhere, so nothing was stopping me. So I really could have done it, but I decided to do it like the last one, I believe. I don't know why. Fall into the caged island. This one I actually can't believe I get in the first try, which is pretty great. So climb up here. I don't know how you're supposed to figure out that an owl lives there. Who's there? Who woke me up? It's still daylight. I should be sleeping. Hey, as long as I'm awake, why not give you a tutorial? And then you can just grab onto him. And I guess that it makes sense. I mean, it's teaching you about the shadow, and wherever your shadow is where you're going to fall. And it just kind of flies you up. And you just got to be really lucky. There's multiple ways to get into this cage, of course, but I just go whoop, bam, perfect. This usually takes me a couple tries. I'm actually really surprised that I got it first try. But you can actually use the cannon and get there just by using the cannon. Speaking of the cannon, I screwed this up a few times. So this is a really weird one. Blast away the wall. So blasting away obviously denotes a cannon, so it's fairly easy to figure out the beginning steps of this one. That is, of course, to get to the cannon. I think what I'm trying here is... Oh, no, I fall. Whee! There's an intended way to do this, and then there's like a glitched way. I try the glitched way. I do not get it. But I think I attempt to show it to you anyways. So the actual star is in, not this wall right here, but the wall right up here with the piranha plant. You kind of see how the edges, it's hard to explain, but this is, there we go, like right there, it's segmented. And the star is literally right where Mario is. It's right underneath him. And I don't know how people do it, but you can actually just glitch and grab the star from there. I have no idea how people do it. I'm trying to do it here, but I don't succeed. So I'm just like, well, screw it. I'll just go and do it the recommended way. And yeah, I don't know how people glitch through that wall. Like, really easily, too. Like, it's just like, bump, you got it. It's like, okay. So here comes the crappy controls for this. So you're just like, boink, and not high enough. Which is fine. I mean, like, I don't care. I can just run back to the cannon. But overshooting, well, overshooting is another problem. Really not great problem. So, way too high, Phil. Look at that. Come on. Way too high. I love how I hit the invisible wall there. So here I just try to get the 100 coin challenge. I learned quickly that, you know, just do a little bit slower. But I also don't want to miss getting the star with the cannon. So this time around, I'm going to get the 100 coin star first and then worry about the star itself. Even if I die trying to gain star number 6, as long as I actually collect the 100 coin star, it counts. It's not like it's like, well, you died, so you don't get anything. No. As long as you get that 100 coin star, you're good to go. So I'm figuring, well, might as well do that now. And there are a lot of coins in this level. Red coins, of course, are worth 2, which means anytime there are red coins, you definitely want to get them. Oh, and that sucks. So yeah, this time around when I try to get the 6 star, I smash the wall, and then I just kind of, instead of using the cannon again, which requires really good aim, I decide to take it smart. I'll show you how I do that in a second when I get to it. Woo, backflip. Mario's controls are like a mixed bag, to be honest. He does control really well. I don't want to talk negative about the controls in this game. This was also 1996, where like 3D controls, especially the way Mario handles himself in this, is incredible. But since then, games have gotten much easier and much more intuitive to control. Mario games, especially, with the cameras anyways, it's sort of a shame because it means that while Mario has the most movement option in this game, he doesn't move the best. You have to be very precise with him. I don't mind like his momentum and stuff like that. To me, it's just when you're trying to be slow. I find he's like when you want to turn around, he like turns around in a circle. He doesn't just turn around like in other, you know, normal games. So it's very easy to just like accidentally walk off things, which isn't really possible in a lot of other Mario games. The way it is in this one. So it's one of those, like, if they ever re-release this, which what I would love, by the way, I would absolutely adore if they re-release this game, because I adore Mario 64, is really just fix that and the camera. If the camera was freer, like a right analog stick actually doing what you wanted to, and then Mario snapping in the direction you want to move when he's in a standstill, then I honestly think it would be much better than just keeping it. Boink, 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 blue star, blue star, blue star. Blue stars are worth 5, so that was 20 coins right there. That is awesome. And just keep kind of going. I'm kind of stupid here because I'm going after all the safe coins first when I really should be going after the dangerous coins first. Because if I screw up with the dangerous coins, I die. And then I have to collect everything again. But if I screw up during the safe coins, then who cares? Like, I just kind of got to get back to where I was. Some levels, like Tall Mountain, for example, you want to make it to the top and you definitely gain coins as you go along. But the coins, you know, near the bottom or near bottomless pits are much more dangerous. So you're going to want to get them first. So, and I suck. Whee, down I go. And this one, I'm not being the smartest when it comes to actually, you know, now I have to go to the floating islands and grab those coins. But I'm actually not going to, as far as I remember, I don't go to the, whee, down I go again. I don't go to the floating castle. Well, I guess this entire level is a floating castle, so I guess that makes sense. I don't go to the floating islands. You'll notice the last episode, when I jumped on the Womps, if I didn't kill them, I was actually creating coins. I don't know how many coins they have, but they have at least a couple. Wow, Phil, come on, dude. Like, seriously? Stay up there. Yeah, so I don't know how many, probably 5, and then when you actually destroy them, there's 3 more, so like 8. I'm assuming, I don't remember the exact number, but there's 2 womps here, which means I can get at least 9 coins. So I love how I try to do that. Holy crap. This entire episode is just gonna be this, by the way. I'm just gonna keep talking while we just see me going up and down and up and down. But yeah, I just use the womps, which is the much smarter idea, and I'm glad I did. I'm so stubborn too. I'm just like, I want to keep jumping instead of waiting for the thing. I think I wait here to be smart. Yeah, I believe I wait here. Yeah. Be patient. And patience is not my strong suit, especially with 3D games. Like Crash Bandicoot, you guys saw that. So anyways, here, just kind of avoid them. Lure them a bit. And boink. I only got 1 there, but bling. And just don't kill him. Just keep doing this until he stops giving you coins. So it's 3 right there. And again, like, I think he gives you 3 coins when he dies. So I have more than enough coins because of this guy and the other womp. That was 5, I believe, wasn't it? I wasn't paying attention. There we go. Oh, he gives you more than 5. He gives you or 5, and then he gives you like 5 again. Well, that's cool. There you go. Now I can actually attempt to try to break that wall again. And if I die here, it doesn't matter. So, like, I almost do it there. It doesn't matter if I die here, because I've already gotten the 100 coin star. So, whatever. Let's try this again. Bang. Boop. There we go. And there's the star up there. So, instead of going back to the cannon, which is what I used to do back when I was good at this game, you know, when I was 11, I'm going to just go up. And just, whoa, fall. Casually just drop down and grab it, which is a lot safer, to be honest. Just kind of, and boink. There we go. Nice, thick enough area that you're not just going to, like, fall off accidentally. So there we go. I believe that's all of them for Course 2, for Womp's Fortress, I believe. Let's check that out. Yep, all 7 stars. So now we can go to the 3rd level. The 3rd level, I wouldn't say it amps the difficulty up, but it changes the dynamics of the game a little bit. Because it is the first underwater level. 90% of the level is underwater. There is some above water parts, but you're not going to see much of that today. But actually first, you're also going to get your first secret star within a room with wow, sentences, right? They're hard to do. I should know. I do them for a living. This is the first secret star in the castle that occupies the same space as a portrait. By occupy the same space, I mean it's in the same room. It's actually not up there. I completely made a mistake. I was like, oh, here it is. And I was like, oh, it's a 1-up. And then I completely missed the 1-up. I'm like, oh, I want the 1-up. And it's just gone. Yeah, I screw that up pretty badly. The 1-up's already gone, Phil. Stop trying. I was like, oh... Okay. Not that matters. Every time you reset the game, you get back to 5 lives, which is really stupid. If you're going to have lives in a video game, have them saved, please. It's ridiculous that it's not. The names of the stars are also hints for finding them. Thanks, Toad. Why don't you do any exploring? Why are you just sitting here with a smile? Your princess got kidnapped. Why are you smiling? What is wrong with you? Ugh. We're all waiting for your help. Well, thanks. It's not like you could help yourself at all. You're just not, you know... What do you guys do when Mario's not around? As you can see, Mario's not very good at this stuff. He just keeps walking into the walls. So this is a full area that's completely underwater. I might as well explain the water physics. Oh, the star itself is get 8 red coins, which there are 4 in rings, and then there's 4 in the corners. And, okay, so, while underwater, your life is always up there, the 8 hits you normally have. And you will, that's also your air. You'll slowly lose life as you're underwater. Now, the weird part is, like I said before, coins do heal your life. So as long as you're getting coins here, it's not really a big deal. In other levels where you can actually jump out of the water, when you reach the surface, you're kind of breathing in air, and that actually gets your life back. So it's actually really weird in some of the later levels where there's underwater, or at least water areas, on top of just walking around. If you get hit a bunch of times and you're close to dying and there's no coins around, you can just dip into the water and regain your life. It's a really odd mechanic. It's only seen in this Mario game too. So it's pretty weird. I mean, other Mario games have obviously done the air, and there's stuff to do with that. I think Mario Sunshine handles it pretty well. I don't know if Galaxy and Galaxy 2 have an underwater air thingy. I know 3D World does not. So, and who knows about Mario Odyssey when that comes out. And bam, there we go. a really easy one. If you die here, you're clearly just not paying attention. Because, I mean, like, do you not get the 8 red coins? Are you not seeing the numbers that go up as you get 8 red coins? Like, if you're not figuring that one out, you're not figuring the game out. So, here is Jolly Roger Bay, which has some of the best music in this entire game. Let's listen to it for just a little while. Plunder the Sunken Ship. I love that music. I actually bought, I think I mentioned this before, I bought the audio cassette to this soundtrack when I was a kid. I used to read Nintendo Power, of course, because what kid didn't read Nintendo Power? What'd you read? Electronic Gaming Magazine? Game Informer? Actually, the Game Informer is decent, I guess. I miss print magazines. I'll go on that rant another time. Plug Nintendo Force another time. So, I used to read Nintendo Power, and I used to read it a lot. When I moved away from a bunch of my friends in 1996. So the N64 was like the new game coming out, which I didn't get at first. So my way to kind of like live through Nintendo, and you can see this gigantic eel there. This is a kind of a weird mechanic. You need to go close enough to the eel that when you leave up here, he'll disappear. It doesn't work here. You'll see what I mean in a second. So to fill my Nintendo void, I kind of got back into Nintendo Power. About I'd say a year after the N64 started, so like 97. And they had, I don't know what they were calling, Super Power Catalog or something stupid like that. And you could order things, and I ordered the audio cassette, because CDs were like, I think you could order CD, but I didn't have a CD player at the time, because it was 1997. And I used to play the crap out of it. And this was one of the songs I used to play a lot. One of the first times where I felt like, wow, a video game song could be more than just like bleep bop bloop ba doop boop, bleep boop doop, you know, like silly bop bop dee boops. I didn't play RPGs or anything back then, so I didn't know about like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy and how incredible the music was there. So to me, Dire Docks, sorry, not Dire Docks, Jolly Roger Bay and Dire Docks, this song was the first song where I was like, man, this is like great for a video game song. I really enjoyed it. I listened to that a lot. And there's a couple other songs that I felt like that too. Anyways, you can see the eel there. I think his name is Unagi, which is Japanese for eel. Disappears, and you can kind of go in the ship here. And this, you'll see a frustrating death here. One of the weird examples of really shitty design in this game. So you're in this area, and there's no air, as far as I know. I forget, there's probably is on the other side. I'm lame. There's 4 treasure chests here. You have to order them in a specific, you have to open them in a specific order. And if you go out of order, you get electrocuted and you get hurt. And you can gain air by opening them up. And I'm like, how are you supposed to know which one's first? To be honest, the fact that 3 of them are in the middle there and one's like elevated makes me feel that that one's the last one because it feels important. It's what's gonna hold, you know, the treasure. So I find that to be actually one of the very few instances where a Mario game is incredibly poorly designed. And it's weird because like you wouldn't think that, like, really? Like I get that it's a puzzle, and it shouldn't have like just a big 1, 2, 3, and 4 above it to be like, well, what's the point? I'm not thinking. But as far as I know, unless I'm missing some, whoa, hello ship. There's Unagi again. As far as I know, there's no indication as to which ones are which. So I don't know. I really don't like that. It doesn't happen very often. I actually think this happens again in this level. I believe. We'll see it when I get to it. But don't worry, that type of stuff doesn't happen very often in the game. But like, yeah, trial and error stuff like that, I'm sorry, for the most part, not always, but like for the most part does not belong in a video game. I mean, it also depends on the video game. Something like this, I honestly don't think the trial and error stuff should be there. If it's something where like if I had died and I began in that area, then that'd be fine. I think that'd be a little bit better. But I mean, you're still losing a life, right? So anyways, I get it right this time. I go for this one, and like this is the closest thing I can think of, where it's like, oh, well, you're directed to this one first because you're aiming towards it. I'm like, is that their way of doing it? And then like this one's, yeah, come on, and then this one's kind of facing me right now, so I get it, and it works, and then just kind of go clockwise from there. So I don't really know if there's some sort of hidden meaning to the order of the chests that I'm not seeing. But whatever, it's besides the point. Anyways, when you open the chest, you don't even get a star. You get the chance to get a star. So the ship starts you see the water, it actually starts climbing in the level, and it'll appear at the top of the level now. And I try really hard to get to the top here, because then you can avoid climbing, and I do not make it. I screwed up right there. How did you not grab? And I just kept screwing up. And if you ever wanted to see me frustrated, now, if I was taping this and you can hear my voice, you'd be able to hear the frustration, but behold me getting frustrated in terms of gameplay. I'm trying to climb this, and I spent at least a minute just trying to do this. And I remember, too, I was swearing and being like, oh, you gotta be flippin' kibbin'. Oh. Like, I was not happy. So it doesn't help that I'm trying to be all like, I'll try to get there fast. I'll try to take shortcuts. And then, like, I fail because, like, when you turn, it's friggin' frustrating because of the way you turn. And just touching the slope makes you slide down it. So it's like, okay, I'll try to get a good angle. And then it's like, nope. And then I just fail. Oh, I was so, like, I'm getting so pissed here. It's really funny now watching it now, but it's like, ooh. And I've been told from one of my viewers that I'm not fun to watch when I'm frustrated. So I'm actually glad that I didn't actually record this, like, live, I guess that makes sense. Because I'd be very frustrated here. And and he's right. I won't say who it is. It was during my Sonic & Knuckles thing where I was kind of bad-mouthing the game for a good portion of the game. And he was like, yeah, it's not super fun watching you bad-mouth the game if you don't like it while you're playing it. And I'm like, you know what? That's super fair. Super fair comment. And it's like, but I do get frustrated sometimes. That was one of them. But anyways, here's that damn star. Much more fun to be had in the next episode. Anyways, I'm PhilInTheBlanks. Take care, guys. See you guys more next time for more Super Mario 64.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Check out my other content on my YouTube channel, where you can find Let's Plays, speedruns, and reviews of other games.